What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Guys, today we are hopping right back into Tim Hansen's map analysis series. We are kicking it off today with Call of Duty World at War's Verruckt. Let's do this thing.
You and I, we're not scared of zombies anymore. We've been playing the game for so long, over all of these years. We're used to it, but there was a time when 10-year-old Timmy picked up the controller and hopped onto Verruckt. If there was one map that slipped its way into your nightmares,
the first time you hopped onto Verruckt, man, scary.
Sanatorium,
scary,
located in Berlin, Germany, would be used as a Group 935 facility. Tank Dempsey, along with 3 other Marines, were sent to the asylum to safely extract Peter McCain, only to find the place overrun by zombies. These soldiers fight for their very lives in what seems like an endless wave of the undead. The desolate building can be found in dense wilderness, far from the rest of society.
One thing is to be said about Verruckt for sure is that they took Noct, because Noct already perfected the atmosphere, the scary atmosphere that zombies is well known for. Verruckt took that and mastered it, because the atmosphere on this map, above all, I would say is easily the best.
And if that didn't make you feel alone and hopeless,
at least the first time you played it,
spawned in a different room than your friends. You'd fight your way to the power switch, where you'd link up with your buddies and try your very best to survive. This new power switch would activate several new features, some of the most prominent innovations in zombies to date. 4 perk-a-colas were introduced: Quick Revive, Double Tap Root Beer, Speed Cola, and Juggernaut. Jug increasing your health, Speed Cola increasing...
Of the OG... Ooh, I did not mean to smack my mic there. Sorry. Of the OG4 perks, guys, leave down in the comments which one is your favorite of the OG4 perks. You got Jug, Speed Cola, Double Tap, and Quick Revive.
Your hand speed, Double Tap improving your fire rate, and Quick Revive allowing you to revive your teammates faster. The new electric trap would make a seemingly impossible high round attempt plausible. And the mystery box was no longer fastened to one location. It would constantly move around upon getting a teddy bear, which indicated you were spinning the box too many times. This change would make players feel a little less secure.
Spinning the box, like this game, like obviously, because the box is just like, oh nice, we get better weapons than what's available to us on the walls. But like at least in this game, there's incentive to just keep hitting that box, whether it be that LMG, the MG42, Browning, or any of the wonder weapons, I guess.
The map is sizable, but very condensed, very close quarters. You got hallways that are 1 or 2 zombies wide. There aren't many good training spots at all, and
zero training
camping spots, but with barriers next to them that prove very difficult. So that forces you to pay very close attention to your techniques. You can't mindlessly train until around 200. You have to use every last resource, and every movement makes a difference. Clearly, since it's a World at War map, it's a very simple map. Very straightforward, not hard.
Simple, but very hard
to set up at all, but it's very difficult for the high rounds. It was an amplified version of Nocturne Toten. It had the bare necessities, but with adding a few things. It gave you a bit of breathing room and tossed you a couple bones. When developing Nocturne Toten,
we got a bigger map, we got perks. Yeah, it's practically a better map.
And Treyarch had no idea zombies was going to become so popular,
features,
so
obviously.
They didn't think big picture. But when developing Verruckt, knowing that it had a chance to get somewhere, they stepped up quite a bit and made the first genuine zombies map. Many people enjoy the gameplay of Verruckt, especially for its challenge.
The zombies that we've all
notable
come to know and love.
With a ray gun with tons of splash damage and a couple LMGs. It's a map that sharpens your skills, forces you to think outside the box, and puts you out of your comfort zone. Whether or not you like Verruckt's gameplay, the atmosphere is certainly noteworthy. Verruckt is the single scariest zombies map to date. There are some heavy competitors. You've got maps like Mob of the Dead, Nocturne Toten, Shinonuma, Zetsubo to a certain extent. Kino's definitely got that vibe as well. But when I say that Verruckt is the scariest, I mean it.
Zombies definitely comes in at #1 for atmosphere being the scariest. But yeah, we listed off a couple of those earlier in the video with the Noct, and well, I guess we only listed off Noct, but yeah, Shinonuma has that swampy, creepy vibe. Zetsubo, I could see that.
In general, is supposed to be scary, but some maps don't shoot for that vibe. A map like Shangri-La or Der Eisendrache, just to name a couple, they go for beauty. Verruckt is a truly disturbing and horrific map. And again, as an 18-year-old, it no longer phases me. But when I was a young lad, it was unnerving to say the least. Right off the bat, I would say being in an insane asylum is uncomfortable. And on top of this, it's a Group 935 research facility, meaning they experimented on these mentally insane people, tortured them, abused them, killed them. The Element 115 would ultimately turn these patients into the zombies. And so a little
bit of lore for you. There you go. So the insane asylum was, all
the concept of what this map is already bone-chilling, but it's the small details of Verruckt that make it truly horrific. The screaming of the dying and suffering patients are echoed throughout the entire map, even small children shrieking. And I didn't notice this until very recently. There is this really disturbing carnival music.
This is so fucking scary.
The audio clips...
Dude, I never noticed some of that, especially that music that was just playing there at the end, but like... I mean, obviously the screams, like when you hit the wheel in that spawning room at the, or when you hit, press add the action button on the chair and you hear that guy screaming, and then obviously all the background noises. I guess I never realized that there was a baby crying. That's fucked up for an insane asylum. A. B, just like the woman screaming, no, god damn, dude. I never realized some of that, but you're just so involved in doing everything else in the game. But Verruckt, S tier for atmosphere. S tier for atmosphere.
On this map are nothing short of terrifying, and even if you had the volume off, visually this map is still creepy. The building is worn down and weathered, there's rubble everywhere, there's gallons of blood all over the floor, smeared all over the walls, you can see handprints, there's fire, there are chopped off limbs all around the map, and in the kitchen there's a butcher's knife surrounded by cut off fingers
and so
all these body
much
parts.
blood.
It's just so horrible. Most of the zombies maps are bleak and eroded environments that you can point out and say, yeah, that's fucking creepy. But Verruckt takes it to a whole new level. Nocturne Tone is very similar. It's super creepy with the fog all around the map and the zombies just
Noct is creepy, but like you just said,
Verruckt is sort of like that, except it puts blood all over the map and it puts fire all over the map. Has these incomprehensible hieroglyphics written all over the walls and chopped up dead people. The aura surrounding this map sends shivers down my spine. And the fact that it's a World at War map makes this all the creepier because it's a worse engine, it's worse graphics, so it's not as clean as a modern zombies map, so everything feels much more grainy. There isn't this giant
well, and that's how most of the older zombies maps were anyway, was grainy, but I think that obviously, and most people think this too, it obviously adds to the atmosphere. It makes it creepier. Like, just like when we look at an older photo, when we look at a ancient photo, right? It's kind of creepy because it's an older photo, but like same goes for video games, like the scary, like gray colored grays and greens. Like even just here in this snapshot here, you can see all like the just very bland colors they use to just kind of darken up the
thematic
atmosphere.
Music going on. It's very silent, aside from the screaming and the occasional offbeat music. This realistic.
Also a notable thing, obviously we're talking about the World at War version of Verruckt here, but in the Black Ops 3 version, and I have a video of this on my channel if you guys want to go check it out, but in the Black Ops 3 version of Verruckt, there's a nice little Easter egg outside the window by where the gobblegum machine is, up at the top of the stairs, just outside of this room that we're looking at right now, where there's a it looks like Hector Salamanca. Whether it's actually Hector Salamanca from Breaking Bad is to be confirmed, I guess, but it looks like Hector Salamanca. He's got the hat, he's got the wheelchair. It's perfect time period for it. Go check it out. It's on my channel.
Setting captures you and scares you. The map was remastered twice, and I would say in each upcoming installment would become a little less scary, but largely, I think it kept that atmosphere. It was remastered in Black Ops 1 in the Resurrection Pack when purchasing Moon, along with the other World at War maps. And with that version, some new features would be added, the monkey bombs and the Witch's Howl, along with Mule Kick. And in the Black Ops 3 Zombies Chronicles remaster, you were given a Wonder Fizz machine, which gave you access to all of the perks, along with a ray gun Mark II 2 and a Wonderwaff. Verruckt was reimagined in Revelations and in Blackout, titled Asylum. The more the map evolved, the less scary it got, and of course the older we got, the less scary it got. But if we're talking about the classic World at War Verruckt, man, this is it. When walking around the map and observing your surroundings, you see how screwed up it is now, but you can also see and imagine how screwed up it was when it was actually happening, when the people were actually there being experimented on. Verruckt is such a unique map, not only in terms of its atmosphere, but the map design itself. It's not perfectly symmetrical like a lot of maps. Yes, there are two sides that link to the power. And
I think it's so cool the way this map starts out. If you have 4 players, you got 2 people on either side of the door, and you can't like get back with your group until power is on. I think that is such a cool feature that was not used enough in the future maps to come, because it makes for some really cool things you could do. I've had some fun playing some games with the boys, just like survival or something, like you work as a team or something. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? It's a really cool feature. I think it should have been used more in the future maps, but what are you gonna do, you know?
But the 2 halves of the map aren't identical. There are some different style rooms, there are some different sized rooms, and when a map doesn't feel entirely symmetrical, it kind of throws you off, which is one of the qualities that makes you feel uncomfortable on this map. You'll notice in a lot of modern zombies maps, they're entirely symmetrical, entirely predictable, and it doesn't surprise you, but on a lot of older maps, like Verruckt, it's a little different. The map design isn't a mirror, you know, there are 2 unique sides. And another thing that makes Verruckt's gameplay so unique is the fact that you spawn in different rooms. If one person is alone on one side and goes down, they're gonna bleed out.
You have to unless you can turn on that power. That's what I'm saying. I think that's so cool. It puts a sense of panic into the match. Like you just said, if your teammate downs and he's on the other side of the door, you got to get the power on. So now, you got to use all your points to go open up all those doors, turn on power, and save your buddy. So I think it's really cool.
Fight your very hardest to get to the power in order to open up the entire map. Otherwise, you're not going to be seeing your buddies at all. It's a very simple concept, but it makes the entire game feel unique and interesting. You have to earn the right to play alongside your friends. Granted, it's not very hard to get to the power at all. You probably could get it done before round 5. But that's why it's so cool. It's unique and simple. And again, makes you feel isolated.
Which, if we think about it, let's see, there's just like, if you were to spawn on this side that we're currently looking at right now, there's one door that we bought to get into this room that we're in now, that you'd have to buy these stairs that we're looking at, so that's 2. There's a door up here at the top that leads to Speed Cola. That's 3 doors. And then also the door inside to the power room. That's 4 doors you got to open up just to get to power. That's actually kind of ridiculous, man. Now that I'm thinking about it, that's crazy. That's what, so like we're talking like, I don't know how expensive those doors are. I'd say, like, to be on the safe side, maybe the first one's like 750. Usually that's the case, and then maybe like the furthest one out's like 1,000 maybe. So still, you're spending a lot of points. You'll save that friend if he downs, so.
Uncomfortable, outside of the norm. Challenge. That, along with the atmosphere and the lore behind the map. Verruckt is a terrifying experience, and a fun experience. Now, Verruckt is a controversial map. A lot of people dislike it because of how difficult it is, but a lot of people do enjoy the challenge. It's nowhere near my favorite map, but I personally don't mind it too much. Whether or not you like it, I think we can all agree that it is at least a top 3 scary map of all time, and in my opinion, the scariest map of all time. And it did a lot of unique things and a lot of things well that I think Treyarch should look at when developing future maps. If they're going for a scary vibe, take a look at Verruckt. Take a look at what that map did. Analyzing these World at War maps are a little tricky because of the lack of content in them. Sure, they're all great maps, but they're very, very basic.
They're basic. You got your perks, you got your guns, you got like a cool survival map to just chill on. There's not much to really look into. There's no main quest Easter eggs or like really anything like that. This was really before the story was developed, so
hard to talk about a map like this for more than 10 or 20 minutes. So that is going to conclude the analysis of Verruckt. Guys, let me know your thoughts on Verruckt down below in the comments section. What did you like about it? What did you dislike about it? Tell me your thoughts. Guys, leave a like on this video if you enjoyed, and subscribe so you don't miss next Sunday's episode. Next episode is going to be Shino Numa.
There we go. Next episode is Shino Numa. We're going to go to Derice. We're going to do it in order, just like he's saying here, guys. Go subscribe to Tim Hansen. Go check out his channel. He spent a lot of time on these videos, guys. And yeah, I just wanted to say that because we're reacting to his content. So yeah, go check him out. He's awesome. Guys, that's going to wrap it up for Verruckt. I don't know when the next episode is going to be up, but we're doing Shino Numa next. So stay tuned for that. Leave a like on the video. Comment down below. You guys know the drill. Subscribe, everything. We'll see ya in the next one, guys. Peace out.